This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense.
I swear, man, we got the ghost of Pac in the studio right now.
It's such a, gimme. Step, crush.
They try to stop me, man.
Look.
Everybody back off.
Put me down, try and put me down. I'ma hit him up like an outlaw. Combination, hit him with a southpaw. Knock him out in the first round, y'all. Voice of my city like town hall. Round more pounds than stray dogs. I can make a flood in a drought, y'all. Never gon' settle. All I do is get better. All I do is get cheddar. Pulling up, blowing pressure. Outlaw shit forever.
Please believe it, please. You're back with another edition of the Outlaw Show, and it's your guy EDI. You know how we do around here, man. When we all pull up and get together to do this show that I appreciate y'all tuning into, got to be somebody special sitting across from me, and today it's no different. NBA legend, Los Angeles, California legend. Let me go all the way to the beginning, from his days in high school basketball, UCLA, 2 years there, then getting drafted, number 3 Charlotte Hornets, 99?
99.
So much more that we're going to get into, but let's give him a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, barondavis is in the house tonight on the Outlaw Show. Man, I used to watch you cook niggas.
Hey, come on, man. I used to ride to your music in Charlotte, coming from Team Breakfast. It was always Pac and the Outlaws.
Because you came into the league in 99, and we dropped Still I Rise in 99.
Absolutely.
The very same year.
The very same year. I used to come from the Pancake House, and then from that point on, it was pull up in the Pancake House, bumping Still I Rise.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm watching him cook niggas like nastily.
That was the
embarrassing a lot of. You embarrassed legends. You gave it to everybody. Everybody got a piece of barondavis when it came to that court. Your years in Charlotte, let's go back to the beginning, man. How did you even get into hooping?
My grandfather built the court for me for Christmas. I was like 4 years old. Come around the corner. We lived on 84th. They live on 85th. Come around the corner, look in the backyard. It's a basketball court. That was it. He could have gave me a football. He could have gave me a baseball.
Right.
I was like, whatever he was giving me, whatever that Christmas was in that moment, it could have been anything. And the fact that I feel like that was like my real first moment of appreciation as a kid. You know what I mean? Because, living in South Central, like going through a lot of ups and downs and shit like that, and it's like, yo, are we gonna even have a Christmas? Or you don't even have a house to live in, you know what I mean? And so to peel around the corner and to see that, it was like, all right, dude, like this is home. You know what I mean? This home for me, this everything that I need. So he built that basketball court, and I never left.
Never put it down.
Never left. Wouldn't go in the house at night. You know what I mean? My grandmother, she'd call, get your ass, get your butt in the house. That's it. All day.
We're looking at some highlights right now. Shout out to my producer, Fatal. He was determined to make sure we got a chance to, see you in your prime, as you, like I said earlier, was cooking niggas.
Yeah, man.
The jumping ability is one of the things that
crazy.
I just.
It was crazy because I was small. I was 5'3" in 9th grade, 5'5" in 10th grade, 130 pounds.
Uh-huh.
And I remember one day at school, I had to be like 5'7" or something. I dunked. I couldn't believe it. And the next time I dunked on a dude on our high school team. He was like 6'4". Then he went to class, and then lunch came out, and I was just dunking I just knew how to dunk because I played on the dunk course when I was a kid. So I was like, man, I used to pray. I used to be on the back of my grandma had a clothes hanger line. I'd be on the back, close my eyes, bro. I hated milk and shit. So I eat a bunch of cereal. She was like, you want dinner? Hell no, I mean cereal. I'm hanging on the clothesline like, Lord, please just let me grow to be 5'10" at least. You know what I mean? Shit,
And obviously you hit a growth spurt.
Man, I should have asked for 6'8" or 7 foot or something. I fucked up.
But they gave.
But I had a growth spurt.
You hit a growth spurt. How old was you when you hit that growth spurt?
My sophomore to junior year, I went from like 5'5" to like 5'8", 5'9". Then my senior year, I was like 5'10", 5'11". And when I got in college, I just kept growing until I got to the league. I was about 6'2", 6'2 3/4".
Wow.
But once I got tall enough, because I had athletic ability, you know what I mean? Once I got tall enough, like 5'11", it was over, bro. I was trying to dunk on
Shout out to the kids out there waiting to hit that growth spurt, especially my son, Makai. He 12. He want to be tall so bad. I keep telling him it's going to happen, man. Just, stay healthy.
You gotta will it, yep.
And stay away from coffee and cigarettes and shit. I should have stunted your growth. And so you go to UCLA, you decide to stay home. Now, with everything going on in L.A., man, I'm not even from L.A., and if I throw a party out here, it's hectic.
Yeah.
You decided to go to college and play ball out here. What was that like, going to school in your hometown?
It was crazy. I wanted to go to Duke at first. Then I was looking at like Georgia Tech, Kansas. I pretty much knew I wasn't going to go to Kansas just because I didn't feel like I fit in as a point guard there. So coming home, it was just like, it was kind of wild because like birthday parties was at the Roxy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, down at
Roxy. We was in LA. So it was like, it was almost like we was pros. Because being at UCLA at the time, the Lakers weren't winning no championships. They was going through their ups and downs. Clippers wasn't really nobody. And then, all
eyes was on y'all.
All eyes was usually on us. And UCLA had just came off I think 2 years before winning a national championship. So we had a lot of eyes on us. And then me coming in at McDonald's All-American with our class.
Right.
It was a lot of it was a lot of fanfare. It was a lot of TMZ moments. You know what I mean? It was just a lot of shit happening. And in my senior year, I got into, some media trouble. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it turned out it wasn't really no trouble.
And that was with the truck that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
They was trying to say UCLA bought for you.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
I had my own money, man. Everybody knew I had my own money.
Okay.
By the time my senior year came in high school, I was I was good. I knew I knew how to had the right people around me, making sure I was taken care of. And
right.
At the same time, it was like, some stuff happening on the street side that, a lot of people was trying to get clean and, they was cleaning up their life. So it was just like I was taken care of already.
Right.
I just think the truck thing was just like, that shit was just stupid to me. You know what I mean?
You made it past that. But speaking of that in college and college athletes, now they can get some type of.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
Do you kind of wish a little bit you was playing that?
No, I pulled up. My cousin gave me his. Back in the day, I had the Benz S500.
Nice.
On 20-inch Lorenzo's powder blue. And I pulled up to school, right? Hey, and it's the lockout. So, NBA dudes pulling up. I pull up in the Benz.
And you in college.
Man, I ain't even touched foot in college yet.
You in high school.
I ain't even
pulling up in the powder blue.
Bro, I go hoop to go work out. They say, "Hey, bro, you can't come up to the school like this, bro. You can't be riding around like this." I'm like, man, that's my cousin car, bro. Like, I'm cool. They wasn't having
any NBA niggas you cooked up like in college or high school that unfortunately the cameras wasn't there that.
Man, I would say I got my start at, playing at UCLA. I used to go to UCLA and watch them play all the time.
NBA dudes.
NBA in the summertime. And
I hear about some of those scrimmages. It's legendary.
And back in the day, you thinking, I'm sitting there as a kid, I'm watching Olajuwon walk in, Shaq walk in, Magic Johnson walk in, Kenny Anderson walk in. All these dudes in their prime. Remember Lou Rowe from UMass? He had just got drafted. It was like, yo, like, that was the NBA for me. Like, I was just trying to make my way up to UCLA to go watch how the pros train. You feel what I'm saying? And that's kind of like where I got my break. I would go every summer. They wouldn't let me play. I watched other UCLA recruits get in the game and shit. I was like not ranked. You know what I mean? And then as I started making my way, they let me play one game. And I was playing when Magic was playing, and Magic was like, yo, bro, I want you to go here. He was like, this is your city. I want you to go here. Wow. You need to be thinking about UCLA. And I was like, what? Like, bro, Magic Johnson talking? Hell yeah,
that's
I'm going
crazy.
here,
like
bro.
Magic Johnson say that.
Bro, this is Magic. You know what I mean?
Magic saying
this ain't like no NBA
That's
game.
Mr. LA. He like.
Man, he is everything. And he was like, and it was like, damn, dude, like I couldn't believe that, you know, Magic Johnson was like, he knew who I was. He knew that you know what I mean? I was like, damn, okay, like I may be on to something. You know what I mean? So I just started grinding harder. I hired a track coach. Well, I didn't hire him. He just, you know, my AAU coach, his best friend was a track coach. So I started doing like track workouts, just trying to, you know, do everything I could to grow, get stronger. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, if I can get to 5'11", bro, I'm going to the league. You know what I mean? And that was just like my mentality. Once the Magic Johnson thing happened, I had so much confidence that it was like my eyesight was like, yo, I can be that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can be that dude because I'm watching everybody already above me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
you
like I ain't got nothing to lose. Like I'm studying them, I'm watching them, and I'm hot. You know what I mean? Because it's like, why is he better than me?
Right.
Why is he ranked over me? You know what I mean? When you're in high school, all that shit mattered. Yeah. And so it was always a thing with me. It was just like, everybody was just like, man, I do better. Like, it was always like, the dudes was better. You know, even in college, bro. Even in college, I would say even in the pros. And it's like, that was kind of like always my my motivation. Mm-hmm. And like, that's why I play like that. Cause
you kind of seemed like you played with a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I was pissed off.
The way you
bro.
was piping on, you know what I mean? Go to the hole and pipe on niggas. Like, that's one of the things I loved about watching you play ball, because even though I wasn't a Charlotte Hornets fan, you know what I mean? Like, I would turn from another game, Baron on? I got it, because he bound to do something that we're going to be talking about tomorrow. And sure enough, you delivered that for the better part of most of your career. What's some players that you played against in the NBA that, well, first let me go here. Because we watch the game on TV and we can't get some of the combo that be going on the court. Yeah, wait, you know what I mean? Like, was you a trash talker? Like,
nah, I didn't talk trash. Nah, I wasn't talking trash. I just wasn't for no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really for the trash talking because I already played aggressive. You know what I mean? So like talking
Let your
trash,
game do the talking.
Yeah, talking trash wasn't really it. You know what I mean? And I like to joke and shit. You know, I'm kind of like the fun dude. You know, I'm the funny guy. So, you know, but I go like that. I snap. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't for me, it wasn't really no trash talking because it was already in here. You know what I mean? I didn't have to say nothing. I was just going like, dog, if I got you, you know what I mean? Man, it's over.
What was your first three? You went to the playoffs your first 3 years in the league.
First 3 years in the league.
Talk about the playoffs. Like, that's something that we as the viewers will never really understand, but try your best to give us that feeling of, you know what I mean, of going to the playoffs, especially your first 3 years in the league. That's that's big.
You wake up, no matter if it's raining or the sun is shining, you wake up and it's almost like all you feel is like, damn, like it's a whole nother, like you have transcended to a whole nother level. Your aura, your confidence, the way you stand. If you was hurt before, you're not hurt no more. It's like a new life. You know what I mean? So that's what happened during the day. Then when you get to team breakfast or practice, it's another elevation of focus because it ain't no tomorrow. You know what I mean? You right there. Everybody is so present in the moment. It's like, man, this practice is like surgery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This practice like the real surgery. So like the intensity and the attention to detail, and like you can feel the energy in your teammates. Like, man, I can't wait till this motherfucking game start. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And y'all beat some quality teams.
And we beat some quality teams. And we played some tough teams. We played Philly. They knocked us out. New Jersey knocked us out. I think Philly knocked us out twice.
And both of those teams ended up going to the championship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wasn't like we got beat. And, we got beat by
quality
by
teams.
the teams that were, contenders.
Jason Kidd,
Milwaukee,
Allen
we lost
Iverson.
1 year, but they lost to Philly. But we should have won that series. But it was just like, you can't make no mistakes, bro.
In the playoffs, yeah.
Not back then.
I play mistake-free
Hell
basketball.
no. A 6-0 run, you know what I mean? You get on a 6-0 run, you're like, all right, cool, we up. Get up 12, man, they start fighting back, man. The crowd, the intensity, the coach, everything, like you can't hear shit. You just gotta go and be like, fuck it, man. I gotta go for what I know when I'm out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as a rookie, I was coming off the bench you know what I mean? So I was on the bench like tight, because I'm watching my favorite player, Allen Iverson, out there, and he just, he cooking, he doing what he want to do, and I'm like, I need to get out there. You feel what I'm saying? As soon as I get out there, foul. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right out
like
the
your
gate.
awareness, awareness. I would say my first
Do
year.
they call the games tighter in the playoff? Do the refs call a game?
No, hell no.
Or they call it the same?
Man, back then, dudes was like, man, you run down the court. If somebody fall, they'd trip you. My first playoff start was against Tim Hardaway, another one of my idols, right?
Bad man.
They win the tip. He get the ball, and I Tim Hardaway slowing down, so I'm about to, pressure him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pressuring him. And he, you know what I mean? He calling the offense all the way back from half court. Man, he threw the ball and bam, right in the face. I fell, looked at
Just
the ref.
gave you
The ref
one.
was like, I said, okay, we on that? And then it was up. It was up after that. You know what I mean? It was just.
Speaking of the crowd, and this is something me and my homeboys always debate about. Do you feel the Lakers championship during the pandemic in a bubble is a valid one, or should it have a little star next to it because it was in a bubble?
It should have a star on each side. Because one, it's like the difficulty to be locked away. You know what I mean? Like literally locked away, and that's all you doing every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so we already get tired from being in a long ass season, seeing everybody every day. Now you living with people that you work with every day, bro. So that right there, then you got to factor in, we in a pandemic. So you in there, you know what I mean? And you don't know if somebody cough wrong, all the shit going, you know what I mean? You playing with a lack of freedom, right? And so playing basketball is a part of healing our trauma. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so we can deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But them dudes was walking out there every day with trauma.
Right.
And the world trauma. You know what I mean? And so
There's a lot going on.
I give the bubble 2 stars. 1, because it was difficult, and then 2, because it's a basketball paradise. You get to wake up every day. I didn't go. You get, but I'm watching like, damn, dude, like that. I wish I could still, hoop. Like, wake up, do nothing, go work out, hoop, go play against dudes. You know what I mean? Like consistently every day. So, like, you getting everybody's kind of like best of who they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
you would think so. You know what I mean? Because everything is so controlled. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
You ain't got nothing
but
to worry
basketball.
about. That's why dudes was going off like that. It was like, man, you wake up like, oh shit, I feel good today. It's going up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Donovan Mitchell with the 50, Dang with the 50.
Yeah,
they
was going crazy.
Man,
Murray with
all
the
them
50,
dudes,
all them
50.
dudes.
Murray with the 50s. All them
they
dudes was just going crazy. And if you watch, it was very, very hard to stay focused. You know what I mean? So if you think about like what we talked about with playoffs, attention to detail one moment can cost you. one dude on the team being like, you know what, man, fuck this shit.
Right.
It's the whole thing gone. You know what I mean?
I'm going
That's
out
what happened
tonight.
to Milwaukee.
I'm going to the club.
That's what happened in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? When they did that walkout, it's like you can probably tell somebody was like, man, fuck that. I'm tired of this shit. And then somebody else was like, man, I feel you. I'm with him. You know what I mean? So it was, you know, they had to all be on the same page. They had to all be for each other. And then they had to all play against each other. And then they all had to protect each other. So it was like a much different environment than waking up with your
I
kids,
agree with you anyway.
hopping in your Bentley,
Yeah.
playing you know what I mean? All that, you know, your activity is hopping in the Disney pool. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, a couple of my guys try to argue me down on that, but I was like, nah, man.
That's intense.
That's a valid championship.
Super valid.
For the Lakers. Did you have a favorite team growing up?
The Lakers was my favorite team. Yeah, I had a favorite team, and then I had favorite players.
Okay, what were some of your favorite players?
Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Johnson.
See, Kevin
obviously,
Johnson.
Michael. You know, everybody liked Michael Jordan. Who else? Larry Bird for sure. I mean, you had to love Larry Bird. You had
love
to hate
basketball.
him,
you love Larry Bird.
You had to hate him,
100%.
but you definitely had to love Larry Bird.
Amen.
And then for me, like I when I was a kid, I had a lot of basketball cards, so I never really saw a lot of these dudes play. I just knew them by their basketball cards, by the stats.
Wow.
On the back of their basketball cards or whatever highlights I would see. So I would make up in my mind the way a lot of these dudes would play.
Imagination, that's crazy right there, because basketball is so accessible. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you can watch it multiple ways, but you had to use your imagination.
Yeah,
a lot of times. That's
basketball is imagination, right? When you look at some of the best players, it's like they're playing with their minds. You know what I mean? And like, you know, you look at somebody like a Melo. You know what I mean? Like the way he work out, when you watch his his workouts, or the way you watch him hoop, or LeBron, all they're doing is just mapping out what could possibly be. You know what I mean? And they see, it's like when you play, you see different play. You see 9 people. I'm on the court and by myself working out, I still see somebody in front of me, maybe a double team. You know what I mean? And so imagination, and I think that's what's hurting the game, is that a lot of kids don't have the imagination. You know what I mean? They just drill. So when you get in the game, like, you doing them same drills, you doing them same moves, and them shits ain't working. You ain't got no counters. You ain't seen 2 or 3 people and put a cone there, or you ain't dribbled between the park bench and threw the ball underneath the bench like 4 or 5 times. You know what I mean? Like, you're not seeing what the game
creativity is missing.
Yeah, creativity is
kind of
similar
to hip hop. You know what
basketball
I mean?
Is art. I always say basketball
as far
is
as
art.
the lack of creativity, I mean.
You know what I mean? Like, when you see some of your favorite players, the reason why they're your favorite players is like, how the fuck they do that? And I remember a coach always told me, even when I was at my downtime playing, he was like, man, you need to go out there and be Picasso, go paint. Gave me a different motivation. You know what I mean? So it was like, which way I want to paint this game today? Is it assists? I want to try and get 20 assists, no turnovers. So,
right,
you're an artist out there. You know what I mean? Not like a drill dummy.
Yeah. How important is the coach in the whole equation of a team? You know what I mean? The head coach.
Extremely.
Yeah.
If your coach,
and did you always have a good relationship with your head coaches?
I had a good relationship with Paul Silas. I had a good relationship with Tim Floyd until, he just turned. Like, if you're a buster, you know what I mean? Like, at any moment, bro, if you show that you're a buster, or you weak, or you cannot, like, the coaching is the hardest thing, because you gotta manage all the sheep. You gotta keep them together. You gotta keep the flock together. Yeah. Soon as the flock gets separated, like, everybody's gonna hate the coach. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mike Dunleavy, he was like, man, shit, god damn. He was like, he was tough to deal with. You know what I mean? But coaching is everything. Coaching is everything. I had Paul Silas, had a good relationship. Me and Nelly, we had a cool relationship. Me and Mike Woodson had a good relationship towards the end of my career, and Byron Scott. You know, it's like when a coach know what you trying to do and you know what the coach want, it makes the relationship easy because they let you play your game. When a coach is trying to coach you, or a coach has made up in his mind that this guy is the best player and everything is going to go through him, then, like, you know, he's pretty much not maximizing the potential of everyone else. And so you got coaches that are hella egotistical that thinks that, you know, like, if we do it through him, like that, you know, we're going to trick everybody. And it's like, no, motherfucker. Don't work like that. You know what I mean? Let the best players rock, you know what I mean? And put them in a structure, keep everybody together. And all you have to do is really just keep that cohesion and keep that focus and that drive, because people going to waver. They're going to go up and down. You know what I mean? They're going to get tired. They're going to hate you. They're going to love you. It's going to be good moments, bad moments. But, like, can you still keep moving forward as a unit? You know what I mean? And, like, a lot of coaches, they ideology, you know what I mean? They like who they are, their personality, or if they played before, like how they played and where they came from. And it's like, nah, bro, they different. You got to understand these kids for who they are. You know, and as a point guard, you got to see every player and say, okay, what is his strengths? What is his weaknesses? Because I need them points.
That's why usually point guards become coaches.
They become good coaches.
Would you ever?
Hell yeah, I would coach.
Yeah. That's
Hell yeah, that would be. I mean, that would be pretty easy.
Yeah,
coaching would be easy, I think.
I could see that. Was there any player during your playing career that you dreaded going up against? Like, oh my goodness, I got this schedule.
Just the ones that be hacking, dude. Like
who was the biggest hacker during your play day?
Hey, bro, they always hacking. I used to be so pissed because the ref be like, "Oh, you like a guard version of Shaq." You know what I mean? Like, man, that ain't doing nothing.
I noticed that with LeBron. He don't get a lot of calls because he's so big.
Bro, that shit hurt.
But that's still.
You still getting slapped.
Shaq used to go through that.
Shaq Shaq had it bad, yo. They used to fuck Shaq up. And, like, they used to wrestle, like, you know what I mean? They used to wrestle Shaq.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And Shaq, you know, he kept it cool. Went to the free throw line, you know what I mean? Make or miss.
That took a lot of discipline and self-control.
Yeah, hell yeah.
A lot of discipline and self-control.
And
I know it did.
Yeah, and you got, like, man, get off. You know what I mean? You got dudes in there that, like, ain't even in there with no skills. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, you know, Shaq.
They just in there to give up their 6
bro,
fouls.
Shaq way better than me, bro, because I would have been like, hey, bro, you foul me again. I'm punching you in the summer. Punch your lights out in the summer, dog. Because they was jumping on Shaq back. Don't let him jump.
Man,
like,
they used to do
bro.
Shaq dirty.
And
they do
Shaq
LeBron dirty right now.
They do. They follow LeBron tough, too. But LeBron, you know, it's like, it's different. You know what I mean?
It's like you get penalized for your size. You know what I'm saying?
It's different. Shaq, they was just like, we're not gonna even let him get his arms up.
Yeah. Especially with the hacker Shaq.
Yeah.
They want to put him on the line. You know what I mean? And so he was getting chopped on a lot. You know what I mean? So basketball and hip hop have always had this, you know what I'm saying, this relationship that just goes together so perfectly. Mm-hmm. And you have had, speaking of Shaq, hoopers that did get into the music side of things. Kobe tried it unsuccessfully. Probably the only thing he wasn't good at, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, you know what I mean? But that was like the only thing that nigga couldn't do. It wasn't bad.
He could rap. He could rap, though.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't the time for that. That's what I was saying.
Look, everybody know how I feel about Kobe. That's my guy.
That's my dog.
Love him to death. My favorite basketball player. For us as rappers, that when we seen it, it was the hand movement. You know what I'm saying? And it just ain't, you know what I mean? Sometimes it just ain't work. He was spitting. He had the vernacular, but Go back and watch the video, man. Check it out, man. You know, give yourself a good laugh, man. R.I.P. to my personal GOAT. You know what I mean? But you doing it now, and you not. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it's some dudes that's hooping that want to rap.
Yep.
It's just like some rappers want to hoop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay in your lane. but you making it look like you've been cooking for years, and now you just decided to bless us with it because it ain't hard for you. It don't come off unauthentic. It don't come off like you trying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Too hard. You just doing what you do.
And
you got bars.
Thank you, bro.
Bart Oatmeal.
I appreciate that. The legend.
Yeah.
Bart got bars. What time is it? I ain't
Yeah,
know
when
Bart
shout out to
right
Doughboy
now.
when he told me
Shout
about
out
it.
to Doe.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was skeptical because I done been around rappers, you know what I'm saying? I mean, ball players that try to rap, and it's like, nah, my nigga.
Yeah.
I know you got the bread to make it happen, and that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? If it's just a hobby, let it just be a hobby. But you know, keep that shit out the marketplace.
Though. Yeah, it can't be. Like for me, it was just about the art, man. Couldn't play basketball no more. Like fuck, I can't. Where am I gonna go to hoop? You know, I can DJ. I start DJing. Oh, let me start making beats. You know what I mean? And I'm hanging out in the studio. I'm hanging out with all the rappers, the producers, and you get to a point where it's like, man, I'm just in here like just a basketball dude. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. I'm about to learn how to do something so I can speak their language. You know what I mean? And so while we watching hoop, we can talk hoop, but we can talk music. I can send beats, you know what I mean? And I just start, you know, cooking and having different people come cook up. And I always will rap. You know what I mean? And I was
even
always
doing your playing
days. I would like not put no albums out, but we used to freestyle all the time.
Right.
You know, me and the homies like damn near all the time. So music was just a part of my like the soundtrack of my career is music. Soundtrack of my life is music. And so when I sat down and I retired, I was like, damn, dude, like I don't want to write a book. Like, how can I like talk to people in a different voice and in a different character where I can like speak through my trauma. You feel what I'm saying? Like, cause a nigga going through some shit, not being able to hoop, you know what I mean? And like, now you're not hooping no more. It's like, damn, dude, all this shit and your life start coming back. It was like all the shit you ignored, you know what I mean? To get you on this journey. So it was like, all right, I'm not gonna be depressed. I'm not gonna be, you know, not doing something. Like I still need to keep creating. And so you can't just make movies when you want to, you know what I mean? You can't make TV shows, you can make podcasts now, but for me it was just the music, and it was like, I wanna make music the way I wanna make music. I wanna produce myself the way I wanna produce. I wanna work with producers that I want, you know, that I fuck with, artists that I fuck with, and I'm not trying to do this shit to be a multi-platinum artist.
Yeah.
I'm doing this the same way I did basketball. When I walk in a room, everybody at hoops, they fuck with me, I fuck with them. It's love. That's it. Now in rap, oh, you Bart Oatmeal? Like, yeah, that's why I created Bart. Because it was like, man, I can speak through a whole new character and just like, you know, just talk my shit and talk my shit with the people I want to. You know what I mean? The type of music I listen to, the artists I listen to. So,
what are some of the artists you listening to right now?
And
that inspired you, period.
Man, I mean, obviously Pac. You know, I'm inspired by Pac, by Big, by, you know, DMX. I would say, you know, nowadays is, you know, obviously Nip, Kendrick, you know what I mean? But then like on the East Coast, I fuck with like Papoose, you know what I mean? I fuck with 50, I fuck with 50 music, I fuck with J music, you know what I mean? Like I DJ, so I fuck with, you know, everybody's shit, even like, you know, young and upcoming New York rappers, Nick Bucks, you know what I mean? And so like, I'm just a fan of like East Coast rap, down south by being a DJ, and then it was just like all this young talent in LA. You know, you seeing the Doms come up,
A lot of young talent, a lot of great talent in LA.
Come up, you see J-Rock come up. You know what I mean? Now it's Jay Worthy. Now it's G Perico. You know what I mean? Now it's Ice Cold Bishop. You know what I mean? Now it's Jay Stone. You know what I'm saying? And like these all are like the dudes that I'm fucking with, you know what I mean? Mr. Fab in the Bay, you know what I mean?
Shout out to my little
Stunner
brother
Man,
Fab.
all
Yes,
these
indeed.
dudes, Simba, all these dudes was like, they my homeboys anyway. And now it's like, all right, I rap now too, you know what I mean? But it ain't Baron Davis who rap, it's Bart Oatmeal. So We on bar time.
So you writing your own shit?
Of course.
No ghostwriter.
No, man, I can write some other. I can write.
I gotta ask.
Hey, bro,
I gotta ask. The
hell
people
no.
want to know. You writing?
No,
You
I can
writing
write-
your
I can
own
write-
shit
I can
that you
write-
spitting out your mouth.
I can write them a hit too.
There you go. Talk your shit.
Hit 'em
Talk
all.
your shit, B. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, but with me asking that, would you let some of your favorite artists that you just mentioned, would you let them write something for you? Are you open to that?
I mean,
Wanna do
vibe out, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, hell no.
That's
I don't
how,
know, yeah.
That's how I know he's serious about this shit.
I don't like what they gonna say. What they
Look,
Well, I'll be
it just is what it is. Real writers and rappers and people that do it from the soul and from the gut,
Yeah.
we not letting nobody, because it's
Nah.
you can't say what I need to
Yeah,
say.
you can pen with me, you know what I mean, and we can like attach metaphors and you know what I mean, attach
Line here and there,
attach
something like that.
attach lines to come up with like the formula and the format and you may say like, hey bro, this I'm hearing you saying this and I may pick that up, but like I'm not about to sit there in no studio and like have somebody being like, here, go read this, man. Fuck out of here. I did that one time. The only person that ever wrote a rap for me is Royce the 5'9".
Oh yeah.
Yep. Royce the 5'9". I was in San Francisco.
That's a lyrical beast right there.
Royce flew out and he wrote for me, and the shit was so cold and I couldn't deliver it. You know what I mean? Like it just never really. And he was like, man, keep doing it, keep doing it. I was like, man, fuck this. I don't want to be a rapper. I hope, dog. Just load that shit up. It ain't going nowhere. But Royce is the only person that wrote for me. So shout out to Royce, because like the way he did it and just like, man, like the way he like explained my life was like, that shit was so crazy. You know what I mean? It was just like, man, I don't think I would say no shit like that, so I couldn't deliver it. You know what I mean? But the shit was hard.
So you putting music out, obviously, right now. You got your own studios, man, and I've been there. I had the pleasure of being there a few times, and it's such a beautiful vibe over there. It's a welcoming vibe as soon as you get over there. And all the events that I've attended have been, you know, issue-free. And we all know that's not always easy to do in Los Angeles.
For sure.
It could get a little tricky.
Yeah.
So why do you think you're able to do that and make it seem so effortlessly, even though you from out here? And let me also mention that his studios is in South Central. They not in Beverly Hills or Burbank, or you know what I mean? You in the community.
I have to.
You're in the community. Why do you think you're able to do that? And other people have tried and haven't been able to do that.
You know, we just ain't playing we don't play politics. You know what I mean? I think if you don't play politics and you don't play no street politics, then, you know, ain't nothing to negotiate. There's nothing to negotiate. And then like, you know, for me, my journey, like I've been through all the bullshit, and then when I was like, no more bullshit, like I'm not entertaining none of that. So I don't care who's there, what. The vibe is just like everybody is there because we want to be there. And so nobody's coming with any ill intentions. Right. You know what I mean? We do a hip hop.
You can sense that.
Man, we do a hip hop night, and if you walk on Wednesdays, it's called Press Play. If you walked in, you know what I mean?
I've been there.
On one of these things and not know, you'd be like, am I okay in this motherfucker? You know what I mean? Is this like a New York underground club? Is this a LA? Like, am I at a hood party? But it's people and music. You know what I mean?
Positive vibes only, man.
People in art, people who are in entertainment. I don't care what you look like. If you down to go cook, if you down to go create, edit, shoot, and you got talent, we accepting talent. We want to fuck with people that are talented. You know what I mean? Like, beautiful. Everybody got issues. But when we create, man, we just leave our agendas behind. You know what I mean? When we at the studio, we don't bring no baggage. You know what I mean? Because somebody at the studio could be a good partner, a good friend, a good, you know, investor in what you're doing. You know what I mean? And so opportunities come out the studio, so ain't nobody politicking, you know what I mean?
Right
Playing
on.
no politics
Right on.
to give people like, you know, an opportunity to be great.
And what inspired you to do that? Because you didn't have to do that. You know what I mean?
I think it's when you go and you see so much, you know what I mean? I ain't talking about no like Illuminati shit. You know what I mean? It's just like when you see the world, bro, and you live in a certain part of the city and you feel you made it, you know what I mean? And you wake up every morning and you're like, damn, dude, I can walk to the store. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. You know what I mean? I can go buy all the groceries, can walk home. That shit get boring. And so it hit me, dog. I was in a really nice, you know, I was living the dream, I guess. And then I realized that what is the dream? And so my goal is,
that's heavy right there.
like when I make it, you know, how far, people say, how far can you get out the hood? How far can you come back into the hood? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it ain't dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's like, can you go back and find yourself? That's making it to me. You know what I mean? At the highest level. And so, you know, we can operate at the high level, you know what I mean? But from we want to push people to that level that I've been to. And we want to guide them to that level that I've been to. Because ain't nobody up there that I want to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? They don't play dominoes.
Right.
They ain't smoking. They ain't, you know,
they ain't listening to the shit you listening to.
Man, I can go, bro. I can hang out. You know what I mean? But it's just like, if I spend all my time up here, you know what I mean? Then like, what happens over the next 10 years? And so even when I was in the league, all the NBA dudes would tell you, even the rappers, it's like, oh, BD was always around. Because my goal was like, who's in the next generation that we need to identify? Who in the next generation of LA kids we need to identify? And I can't do that, you know, living on top of a hill, looking over the view, seeing the ocean, and feeling like I'm in touch. It is just never going to happen until I actually, you know, make it this way.
No doubt. So what is the ultimate, or is there an ultimate goal for Slick Studios and everything that you're doing over there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think really to build out, you know, our own studio, our own production, and for creators to come and shoot their shows, create music videos, create TV shows, movies, and, you know, Slick is building out our own channel, so our own fast channel. So we'll be on Vizios, Rokus, Samsungs. We'll have pay-per-view, live stream events, things like that. So the whole goal of Slick Sports, Lifestyle, and Culture is to bring the cultural entrepreneurs and the cultural pioneers together, and it should be a place where legend stories, you know what I mean, get to live on, because there ain't really been no platform for us.
Right.
And for us to say, I want to tell my story. Okay, tell your story. Here's a window. Here's a time slot. You know what I mean? Let's celebrate each other. You know what I mean? And so that's what we've been working
beautiful,
on.
man. That is really beautiful, and you know, I personally just want to thank you for that, because, you know, to be so accessible is really one of the jewels about you. You're a very approachable dude, even though you have reached those heights that you just, you know, mentioned. And a lot of cats become unapproachable. You know what I mean? You can't even like give them an idea that you want. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you got a lot of idiots in the world, and you kind of got to make sure you keep yourself protected. But there's a way to do it, and I think you're showing cats how to be able to, you know, be an NBA star, get wealth, fame, and all of that, but still be approachable and you know, give back to your community in a positive way. So, you know, props to you for that shit.
Thank you, bro.
Off top, you know what I mean? What's next for Bar Oatmeal? What could we expect? What could the people be looking forward to?
Still cut coming out, I think, next week. Then after that, we got Live from the Big Apple. I'm just going to start dropping records. I got all these records. I got like 80 records.
Okay.
And so now I'm just like formatting them into like mini albums and packages. And so for Bart, Expect the albums, expect the comics, expect
Any
the merchandise.
features we can look to?
Man, I got Papoose featured. So Oatmeal and the Big Apple. I got one with Papoose. But on Still Cut, I got Jay Worthy. I got Ice Cold Bishop. I got the Big Scott. My brother Term. Who else is on there? 5 Mics. I got 5 Mics from New York. And then I got Mr. Fab and Bad Luck on there.
Nice.
So I got a nice little roster. But I got joints with Papoose. I got joints with Dom Kennedy. Mike and Keys produced a bunch of stuff. I got some joints with No ID that's coming on the Bowler Troop.
I got a chance to meet Mike and Keys over at your studio.
Yeah, they good peoples, man.
Definitely.
They've been
One
grinding.
of my favorite producers right there.
They got we doing a album live from the swap meet. So a whole album live from the swap. It's called Live from the Swap Meet. Get a bowl. You know what I mean? So we shooting all the videos at the swap meet, shoot all the interviews. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just trying to like bring a LA vibe. Like bring my own LA vibe. You know what I mean? My own Cali swag. So it's LA, Lil Bay, and then
Yeah, if I don't get a verse on something, I'm gonna feel some
Man,
type of
I'm
way.
waiting, bro.
You know
I was
what
about
I
to
mean?
say,
Like,
when's Edie gonna get the verse?
Man, I need an
Close
Edie
mouth don't get
verse.
fed, man.
Hey, I
You get
need it.
that.
Hey, I need.
Bro, you
Hey,
get that.
Hey, bro, I got
ASAP.
one for you. Yeah.
Shoot it to me. I'll do it. I'll come over there and do it.
Hey, bro, done. See him getting nervous. Look, I'm done. Come on, when the legends in the building, for real.
I'm
I
serious.
got some shit too.
got
I
you.
got some shit. I got some shit for you.
Yeah,
I got
let's
some
go.
shit.
It'll be my pleasure and an honor. You know what I'm saying? That, get on your journey with you as you embark
Man,
into the
that'd be
music.
something, man. My whole
side
thing
of
is
this
to fuck
thing.
with legends, bro. Legends only.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
feel the
And
same way.
and you're a legend in my book, bro. Everything, you know what I mean? Like that. Everything, your body of work, who you are, the before, the middle, the after. Like, we study, we follow. You know what I mean? And like as a young dude, we looking up to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so like to see like where you are and like and shit don't stop. You know what I mean? Shit don't change. You just evolve into your greatness and your legendary. You know what I mean? So I mean for me, shit like, I be nervous to ask like, yo, bro, let's get a song. You know what I mean? Because I'm still kind of like the nervous rapper. Man, I
It's the pleasure is all mine to get that done. You know what I mean? That's a another banner in the rafter for me.
Man, that's just it. I'm on some bucket.
Because you
list
talk
shit.
about them heights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like as far as hip hop is concerned, I done seen the highest heights, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still what keeps me going is there's still other heights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell
Like,
yeah.
It's still other things that
It's still
to be
some shit.
accomplished.
You got so much shit to say. You know what I mean?
100%. Because you continue to learn, you continue to grow, and when you really put yourself into the music, you never run out of shit to talk about.
Bingo.
Never run out of nothing to talk about. Before we get out of here,
I want to give a shout out to my shooter though, Cyrilus. That's my dog. This motherfucker is an ill-ass MC, creative. You know what I mean? So I always want to shout out like dope creators. You got to check him out. Check out his music. Check out his videos. Like this motherfucker is like a 2 Swiss Army knives. He like Edward Scissorhands with, you know what I mean?
Okay.
With the camera, the music, all that shit. Curate.
We definitely gonna check him out.
you know what I mean? And he been rocking with me, you know what I mean? Just kind of pushing me. And so just make sure like the black and brown shit, you know what I mean? Like when people
Black and
like,
brown
that's
make
why it's
green.
like our shit is so strategic.
See my producer.
When you see
brown
us,
as- he
you
brown as a
gotta be
motherfucker.
us. You know what I mean? It's like when you see us, you gotta be us. And we ain't no different than what you see.
Nah, not
so
at all.
everything is acceptance. And once you start peeling back what you see and start looking in the talent and what they got to offer, you're gonna be wild. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the go.
100%. So we got a segment we do on the show, and it's called Trading War Stories, named after obviously one of our songs we had back in the days. Trading War Stories. Now we gonna trade we ask our guests to trade a story with us, some that people may not even know or respect from your playing days, post playing days, some crazy, wild, whatever groupie tale, we don't care. We just want something that's spicy. And all we ask is you don't incriminate yourself or anybody else.
At all.
You know what I mean? That's all we ask, man. Baron Davis, man, you're on a hot seat, man. We trading war stories right now.
We trading war stories.
Guy 1-4. It could be even a beef, you know what I mean? It could have been like, yo, somebody on the court, you had to, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I remember, like, you know, anytime we played the Clippers, I remember I was tripping. I know Amon Shumpert told a story about how I went off on the Miami Heat.
I just seen that story, too.
Hey, bro,
that's a true story.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You know, I told you I be kirking out sometimes.
Yeah, go check out the story when y'all get a chance, man.
We
Yeah.
was playing the Clippers in Golden State. And I think they was beating us. I think we were down. And they was on the bench and some dudes was talking shit, man. And they just kept talking shit, but they was beating us, you know, so we getting frustrated. So they was clapping. You know, I think it was a charge. Everybody was clapping. I grabbed the ball. I said, hey, any of you motherfuckers go out in LA for the next month, I swear to God, y'all getting jacked. And Corey Maggette was sitting on the bench. He was like, boom, BD. I was like, nah, fuck all that shit. Fuck that shit, Corey. He was like, BD, chill out. I was like, man, fuck all them, Corey. And he walked up to me, he said, hey, man, what is your problem? I was like, I don't know, bro. I'm just tripping. I'm out here tripping.
I want to know if they heated
tripping. He was like, bro. He was like, calm down. It's your bro. I'm right here. I was like, you know what, bro? I be tripping, dog. I shouldn't have did. Fuck it. I ain't gonna tell them shit. But you good?
I ain't telling them shit, but you good. I wonder if they heated the one. I want them niggas stayed in their hotel rooms and shit.
Oh, man. I got another one. That's the time we had AllStar Weekend, and
AllStar Weekend, what city we in?
Philly. We in Philly. This is my first AllStar. So we at the Players Association party, and it's you know, I got like 50 people with me. But I don't like, I be finessing. I like security. I'm trying to lose. So me and my girl walking out. And some dudes, you know, they saying whatever. So I'm like, all right. I look back. He was like, nigga, what you gonna do? I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? Like, bro, you don't want to get out. And it was 3 of them. So it was like, what's up? What you want to do? I was like, come on, man, let's go outside. I had my girl put her in the thing, put her in the van. We getting ready to leave, right? And so I see my brother, Term, he come and he saw the dude. So he was like, all right. So the dudes kind of like, they left. I thought they left. So we're in the van. Where Term? So, you know, AllStar Weekend, you in the van, you know, pulling up. Stop and go. Man, we stopped right in front of him. He got like 6 dudes around. I go to open the van, right? And be like, Term, what's up? Man, I go to turn around and tell the homies like, hey, man, grab him and get on the bus. We don't want no problems. Hey, dude, they was stepping on my face. Boom, over the steps. 40 dudes off the bus. I'm trampled and shit.
They trampled you to get out.
Hey, the day before the AllStar Weekend, dog, that shit was fucking, I had all kind of scrapes and shit on my body. Dudes was like, damn, you got in a fight? I was like, nah. But it was all my homeboys. They jumped on me, stomped on me.
And it sounded like somebody got dressed up real nice that night.
Man, yeah.
It happens.
It happens. It happens. You know what I mean? Back then, it used to happen all the time. You know, it used to happen all the time. Dudes, they just see you and just be like, it's on. You know what I mean? And coming from LA, it's just, you just always on your P's. Yeah, you always on your P's and Q's. You never really like trying to hang with nobody too much because you don't know, you know what I mean? Right. You don't know what they got on them. So, you know, but if it crack, you know what I mean? You got to crack.
Got to crack. LA got to be one of the toughest cities to play, you know, professionals.
Man, back in the day, bro, the Jackers used to meet the NBA dudes at the Ralphs. You know what I mean? Hey, bro. Hey, Edie.
At the Ralphs.
Hey, you like, man, fuck, man. Let me go get me some snacks. You in the snack aisle. Man, they coming right up on you in the routes. That used to be like a normal thing, like getting athletes, man, or getting rappers. But I used to get that. They used to get the athletes. They go in the routes, and then it was like a little bank ATM. Oh man, file out.
You know what time it is. Don't make this
donation.
Don't make this difficult, man. You know what I mean? Just make this donation, and
man, just donate to the foundation.
And good luck tonight, man. Good luck tonight against the Nuggets, man. We need 30 out of you. I'm a fan too.
Let me get some tickets too.
Right.
Make sure.
I get this autograph for my son. He love y'all, man.
Hey, bro. Oh, man. Dudes out here crazy.
Yeah, barondavis, ladies and gentlemen, on the Outlaw Show, man. We appreciate you.
Love, legend.
Being so candid and forthcoming with your story. You're an inspiration to all of us. You're an inspiration to people out there still to this day.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
We definitely appreciate you. Barondavis and Edie, Bar Oatmeal and Edie coming soon.
Hey, coming soon. Believe that.
Yes,
Ball
indeed.
of truth.
Yeah, the ball of truth.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that. We gone.
Out.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal
I swear,
sense.
man, we got the ghost of Pac in the studio right now.
It's such a, gimme. Step, crush.
They try to stop me, man.
Look,
Everybody back off.
put me down, try and put me down. I'ma hit him up like an outlaw. Combination, hit him with a southpaw. Knock him out in the first round, y'all. Voice of my city like town hall. Round more pounds than stray dogs. I can make it flood in a drought, y'all. Never gon' settle. All I do is get better. All I do is get cheddar. Pulling up, blowing pressure. Outlaw shit forever.